Hey Supers! Welcome back to Paano ba to? And we continue Women's Month with this very important question. Why do some women stay in bad relationships? This is a very important and very sensitive question. That's why I'm so happy that one of my good friends, one of the most loving and one of the strongest women I know, Iza Calzado, joins me in this conversation. It's quite a long conversation, so let's get right to it. Welcome back to Paano ba to, Miss Iza Calzado.
Thank you for having me back, Miss Bianca Gonzalez.
Wow.
Ang saya.
The letter is from Miss Love is a Battlefield. Okay, so her question is, why do women stay in bad relationships? Sometimes we know that it isn't exactly the best thing for us, but we stay because of love. Stay because umaasa tayo it will get better. Paano ba to? For the whole month of March, talagang I asked people to leave their questions, their issues, their biggest frustrations as a woman. Kaya lumabas ang topic na ito. And just as a bit of a background as well, bakit ikaw ang inimbitahan ko dito para sa topic na ito? I remember many years back, hindi pa tayo talaga masyadong close, but we'd see each other out gimmicking. Parang nung nagkakwentuhan tayo one time, may pagka-parallel, may ilang similarities with experiences in life and love. Kaya, so, have a crack at the letter of Miss Love is a Battlefield. Sige, go.
I know it's for Women's Month, and it's generally an issue that keeps cropping up for women. But I do also acknowledge and recognize that I know a couple of men who also have this cyclical pattern of staying in bad relationships. And I've been in one. And I've also been the bad one in the relationship. Tao lang tayo, di ba? Minsan tayo ang nakasakit, minsan tayo ang nasaktan. But to answer that question, what I've come to realize is it is a question of your self-worth. Nasaan ka sa point mo ng life mo at that time? Obviously, may love yun eh. Alam mo, hindi mo pwedeng tanggalin yung love, especially in the beginning. There was attraction, there's love, but somewhere along the way, it became toxic. Maybe not just from your end, maybe also from your partner's end. And yes, we also acknowledge there are people who are really toxic. In every relationship they are, all the women or all the men will say, toxic talaga siya. So siguro may ganun talagang tao. But ikaw, sabihin natin, I'm in this relationship. When I entered that relationship, I thought I was strong. I thought in the relationships before that, ako pa nga yung nangiiwan. May ganun eh. And then I met somebody. I was madly in love with this person. And I knew after several months that it was parang getting toxic, pero the more toxic it was, the more I was attached to him. The more he pushed me away, the more I wanted to be with him. The more parang challenged I became to prove to myself, to everyone. Kasi eventually people were verbalizing na that they didn't like him for me, he wasn't good for me, yung gano'n na. Umabot sa point na hindi na ako nagkukwento sa mga tao sa paligid ko. Kasi alam ko na eh, I would be told na, sabi mo naman namin sa'yo, di ba? Parang he's ganto. Pero mahal ko. As in, mahal na mahal ko, B. Yung ganon yung feeling. So you ask yourself, why are you so attached to that drama? I mean, now, no? I can ask myself that, what was I attached to? Was I attached to the love, really? Or was I attached to the drama? Because you'll have to figure that out for yourself. For me, that drama was familiar. That is what I grew up with. There was drama in our home. So, having a teleserye like a relationship, hindi naman sobra, no? But yung just having the drama here and there. I was never physically abused or anything, but I had to recognize that, oh wow, I was attached because that was what I thought love was like, because that was what love was like in our home growing up. it made me feel alive. It made me feel good. And even during the painful moments, I was so alive. And siguro that's the artist in me, no? Diyos ko, ang daming layers talaga nito eh. Pero when you're there, ang hirap makita nun, B.
Of course. Super.
Yun eh. So it's a question of self-worth. Tapos, meron din tayong concept of you complete me.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous.
Super
Kasi,
dangerous.
I mean, it's a romantic idea. It's so nice to hear that one person, another person in this world will make you complete, will fill you. Diba? Parang sometimes you're always searching for something to fill that void, that hole. Pero it's not true. The only person that can complete you is you.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the divine, yung God. Actually, we are whole. And through the years, siguro nagkaroon ng mga butas, maliliit, malalaki, because of the experiences we've had in life, trauma. At minsan when we enter into a relationship na ganito, lalo pang lalaki yung butas. Pero gusto nating punan nung taong yun yung butas na yun. Eh, hindi. So, kailangan mo muna talagang punuan yung butas na yun at i-address. With that said, why do we stay there? Because we're human.
Is it because of love daw, or is it because umaasa tayo it will get better?
I think that's ego.
And I think it's the movies, the teleseries we watch about the bad guy transformed or changed by the woman, the game changer, di ba?
Pero nangyayari din talaga. I know of people who spent their 20s as players, men, then suddenly meet a woman and not necessarily changes them completely, pero makes them, I guess, focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yung bigla na lang nag-shift, ay sandali, time to get serious. May ganon. But it's really the man that will make that decision and the woman.
Oh my gosh, so happy you said that, because I thought nga, as the woman, as the partner, you can change the guy. First of all, now in hindsight, I realize, why would I have wanted to change him? Eh, yun nga yung taong na in love ako.
Gusto mo.
Oo. And secondly is, no matter what I do, I cannot change him because he will have to change for himself if he wants to. So yan ang mga lessons learned now that we are older and hopefully wiser. I wanted to get your thoughts on this as well, looking back. Kasi sometimes when we're in it, right, feeling lang natin na bakit siya ganito, bakit siya ganito. But me now, in hindsight, looking back at relationships that might have had toxic phases or might have been a toxic relationship, may mali din ako. Parang I wasn't the best partner, or I wasn't as all that as I thought I was. Akala mo pinagsisilbihan mo, you're being very loyal, you're being very loving, but on the other hand, you were enabling, you were either nagging, you were, I don't know, what do you think about that?
I completely agree. Yung sa akin kasi, yung sa pinagdaanan ko lang, I was very insecure. But because I was being given reason to be insecure, but because I was already insecure to begin with.
Yeah. I agree, insecurity, for sure, I agree, 100%.
Diba, yung parang just where I was in at that point in my life, I was so insecure. Nagkataon pa with this guy. Alam mo yung mga guys na ma-check out ng women, tas masabi ng things. So, lalo ako na-insecure, and then, umabot ako sa point na tumitingin ako sa phone. Umabot ako, yung tumitingin ako sa messages, yung ang baba, yung nagpakababa. Yung tsaka tipong pag may lalapit na babae, makipag-usap lang nakaganon, naka-dagger looks na ako. As in, hindi threat. The girl's not even flirting with him, pero feeling ko, iiwanan niya na ako for that person. Umabot sa ganon. I think kapag ganon na, these are signs na it's not healthy anymore. Babalik ka na sa, ako pa ba to? And actually, the people around me, when I talked to them, they were like, you were not yourself anymore.
Yes. I totally agree. Because you opened that, sige, before we wrap this up, I do want to ask, in hindsight, ano yung signs na hindi na talaga to? Hindi na to yung mag-get better, hindi na enough yung love. Tama na to. Aside from hindi na ako to, what are the signs you feel?
lagi kang umiiyak. Kasi you have to weigh the pros and cons. Kumbaga lumalamang na yung cons, yung negative. Teka lang. Siguro dapat sinusulat yan eh. Yung, bakit pa ba ako nagsistay dito? Masaya pa ba ako? Ano ba ang nagpapasaya sa akin? Friends. Napaka-importante nun, family and friends.
Mm-hmm. Support system.
Support system mo kapag talagang sinasabi na nila na makinig ka din. Pero alam
nung
mo,
time na yun, talaga hindi tayo nakikinig eh. Hindi talaga.
Tigas, the more nasasabihan ka ng no, the more na gusto mo.
Mm-mm.
Kaya feeling ko there's also a way around it na as the support group, yung hayaan mo lang siya. Kumusta? Yung gananin mo lang, yung niwag mo sabihin
nadapa
no.
ka? Okay.
Oo, ganon. Yung, talaga? Ganon. Yung dinidedma ka. So, ikaw tuloy yung mapapaisip din. Pero, ang hirap i-balance nun, di ba?
Mm-hmm. Ako, I have signs that I want to share. If you are not being listened to. In a relationship, both of you have a voice. And if it comes to the point na feeling mo wala ka ng boses, sign yon. Another is, sa relationship, you have to be committed to growing individually and together. Di ba magkaiba yon? Growing individually as individuals and growing together. That's different. And if you feel your partner does not support you in either of those planes, mahirap. Kasi ang relationship, two-way. Hindi pwede ikaw lang yung give ng give kasi mauubos ka.
Ubos.com.ph.
Yeah.
Hindi talaga.
Ubos.com.ph with promo code. Todong-todo na talaga.
No.
Okay, as a final message, what do you want to tell Miss Love is a Battlefield?
Love is so many things all at once.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, it's painful, it's joyful, it's sorrowful, victory, and it's also defeat. It's a battlefield. It's also a playground. Alam mo yan, parang,
If you could send a letter or give a message to Iza during that time that it was ending but you still wanted to hold on, what would you want to tell her?
You deserve so much more.
For sure.
Diba? Know what you deserve and never settle. Hanggang sa, ngayon, as a married woman, I still ask myself that. What do I deserve? What does he deserve? Am I giving him what he deserves? Is he giving me what I deserve? Are we settling? Are we happy? These are big questions you need to keep asking yourself. To Miss Love is a Battlefield, self-love. You have to prioritize yourself above anyone else. You are the main character of this movie. That's what I have to say for you. Message ko.
Agree 100%. To Miss Love is a Battlefield. The choice is really yours. And I hope that whatever choice you make, you know that you have value, you have a strong sense of self-worth, and you know that you deserve much better and you deserve the love that you want. Thank you, Iza. And to Miss Love is a Battlefield, or to anyone who feels like they're in a similar situation, whatever gender you identify with, know your worth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Iza Calzado. So insightful. And if you want to listen to the whole conversation, the raw version, that will be on the podcast at Monday, 11 p.m. So if you're watching this on a Monday, 11 p.m. the podcast episode will be up. More insights, more cuentos, more feelings there. And before we end this episode, I know it's already long, but I wanted to read a few answers that you gave for the question, what is your biggest frustration as a woman? Trish Margate said, not having enough credit for single mamas. I've been told that we need a husband kasi hindi ko kaya. More awareness for being strong women. Trish, and to all the single moms watching this, for me, talaga, when I became a mom, I realized how single moms are such heroes. It's not even a joke. It's not easy. being a mom, period. And I can imagine it's doubly hard to be a single mom. So sa lahat ng single moms, saludo sa inyo. This from Zai Manalo. That we have to know everything about household chores and cooking, especially when you're still single and you barely know how to cook. They will always ask you, paano kaya mag-asawa ka na? Bakit? Babae lang ba dapat marunong sa lahat ng gawaing bahay? I love that, Zai, that you pointed this out because chores at home, gawaing bahay, is a shared responsibility between men and women. I love hearing your comments and your answers. So tambay lang kayo sa community tab ng YouTube. I usually drop questions there and you can answer. Or you can also join our private Facebook group, Paano ba to? Kumustahan group. Thank you for watching this episode and I'll see you next time, supers. Stay safe!